Welcome back to the channel, guys. Declan from Elross Caravans will join me today. We've got an ECXR17 caravan to go through, so let's take an in-depth look now. Alright, so the ECXR17, it's a great van for customers that are very discerning in terms of overall weight and also size of van. And that's become really, really important these days. So those people that want to get away in the wilderness and get off-grid, they're really concerned about a few things. And one of the key traits of customers that we see coming through at Elross lately is they want compact living. So that's what the ECXR17 really delivers, and they also want something that's lightweight or lighter weight than what they've been accustomed to in the past. So the ECXR17 really delivers on those two fronts of compact living and also lightweight, while also still being a very robust, rugged and highly off-road capable vehicle. Another big proponent to the ECXR as well as a platform is its emphasis on being fully gasless internally as well. So the ECXR, it has induction cooking inside, and it also features a Truma combi diesel hot water and air heater system in it as well. So that's another key fact that we've received over the last few years in building out this sort of specification ECXR, is the emphasis that a lot of clients want to be gasless where possible. And also it's good from us from a manufacturer's perspective as well, because then being gasless, we can take advantage of your advanced off-grid electrical system, and we can further enhance the capabilities of mitigating dust ingress and all those other factors that you sometimes have to take into consideration when building a van with gas internally. The third largest discernible difference on our ECXR model is the inclusion of Cruisemaster's ATX airbag suspension. We use the wireless level 3 system, and as you can see here, most of the airbag systems from Cruisemaster are all 4.5 ton rated capable. We don't need that on this sort of size van, so this is rated at 3.5 ton ATM. However, you can speak to the sales team about your options of upgrading to 4.45 tonne if you so choose. So that's just an option to consider as well when you're speccing out your ECXR caravan. One of the most beneficial parts to having the ATX suspension is your ability to adjust the ride height on the fly. So if you're on uneven ground surfaces, it's really quick and easy to adjust the ride height in real time to your desired position when you're setting up for camp. One of the other big features that we're seeing that customers with the ECXR are speccing in the Raptor coat protection, I think on this sort of model, it's a no-brainer to really go for the Raptor Coat protection, because you get the added bonus of a little bit lighter tear weight as a result of going for the Raptor Coat protection, and just the overall finish and quality and smoothness that it gives the overall caravan. I think it's just a really aesthetically pleasing on the eye in terms of a quality of finish, and just really elevates the overall van. As we come around to the front of this ECXR, we're greeted with the deluxe toolbox. Now, we get a lot of requests online from customers that don't necessarily have an ECXR or an Elross Caravan at all, and they want to get a deluxe toolbox fitted to their caravan, such as the popularity of the toolbox. To give you some specification features on our deluxe toolbox, it has over 1,427 litres worth of storage space, which is an incredible amount, probably too much in some instances, but what we wanted to give customers is the ability to have just a large opportunity to fit a variety of different gear without having to need to customise everyone's toolbox to suit their specific requirements. So the standard toolbox on our ECX, for example, is 430 litres, so this outstrips it by nearly 1,000 litres all up, so it is phenomenally big in terms of the toolbox. On top of this, we've actually fitted for this customer our Gen 2 wood rack. Now, the Gen 2 wood rack is a little bit different from our old design. So what we've done is we went back to the drawing board, and we wanted to obviously try and cut as much weight as we could out of this design when we went back into the tech department to get some updates done by the design team, specifically Naz. And Naz came up with this design, and we ended up pulling, I think it was 30% weight reduction out of our Gen 1 version to this Gen 2 version now as well. So this only weighs 7.5 kilos, if I'm correct, whereas the old outgoing one was just a bit over 10 and a bit. So yeah, so it was a really good job to still retain the same quality of strength, but reduce that tear weight of that product down by over 30%. So it was a really good effort by the team on that one. Now, everyone wants to know the brains behind the ECXR. So the brains behind the ECXR is in this box here. It's the RedArc BMS management system that we use, which is the RedArc Alpha. So that is the 100 amp manager that we do use in this situation. It's also then powered by a 600 amp hour lithium battery system by MPS systems. And we also then feed that to a 3000 watt RedArc RS3 inverter, which takes its power from the sun via 1.15 kilowatts of lightweight solar panels that are situated on the roof of your Elross ECXR caravan. Now, it also features a fold out solar panel option as well, which comes standard on the ECXR. So you'll get a fold-out 50 amp Anderson plug there to plug a fold-out solar panel of around minimum 200 watts is what we recommend in that situation. So people that are familiar with us on the channel will recognise our water filler box. Our water filler box is pretty much a standard right across our ECX range and also our ECXR range. So behind here is where we keep our water pump, and then we also have our mains water filler and also your tank fillers as well to access there as well. On this van as well, you'll notice that we've got two grey water outlets on this one. So this customer's actually spec'd something a little bit different. So we've actually done a diverter away from the grey water on this one. So that's something that we're experimenting with at the moment, is running a diverter. This customer's going to give us a bit of feedback, so that may be something that we do in the future. So it's a bit of an exclusive for this van only at the moment. Okay, so that wraps up the outside tour, so we'll now step on the inside and take a look through the interior of this lovely van. So the first thing you'll notice as you walk in is these beautiful bench tops. So we're now switched out and we've gone to a compact laminate. It's a 13mm compact laminate that we're using. It's got this beautiful black Ivrst edging on it, and it comes in a wide range of colour options as well. So this one is just the traditional matte Calcutta finish, which gives a really nice soft touch finish to it as well. So that's one of the first differences that you'll see. Also, our upholstery is a little bit different in an ECXR as well. So we feature just a little bit more luxury in terms of the stitching finish, etc., just to elevate that experience a little bit more from there. As we move down into the bed area of the van, you'll see this is another single beds van. So we had quite a few single beds vans on the channel this year. So these customers decided to do the single beds option, and they decided not to have the wardrobe in this area, and that's from a perspective of that in future they may want to remodify this area again. So we've left a little bit of redundancy and flexibility into the construction at a later phase if they so choose to change the design once again. They asked for a little shelf through here just to match up the other side where their caravan goes. On these smaller 17-foot dual axle layouts and under, it's always in an R model very hard for us to maximise and get as much solar on the roof as we can, because obviously your footprint area on the roof for as much solar as possible needs some compromises. So in some cases we have to move things to accommodate and fit everything that we can on the roof. Roof hatches is another one that sometimes gets omitted as a result of that as well. But you know, that's where we can sit down with you and work out what are your goals. Is it primary objective is to have it looking functionally nice in here and you need the roof hatch, or I need as much solar as I can on the roof and I don't care what the sacrifices are. So they're sort of things that we can be a little bit flexible with as a manufacturer. Also in an R model, you will receive an extra Sirocco fan as part of the standard inclusion as well. So you always generally see more Sirocco fans in an R model than you will in ECX unless someone's optioned that up. So I think that's worthwhile mentioning. What you'll also receive in terms of a size of a fridge is you'll get the larger style fridge as well. So you'll receive a 230 litre Bushman fridge as standard in the R model, whereas opposed to the 190 litre as standard on the ECX model. Now I'd also like to mention that this van is fitted with RV Secure's Platinum X security system as well. So we have that as an additional option across our entire range. So if you're looking for an anti-theft security system, we're able to fit that. So just make sure that you inquire about that when you're filling out a discovery form online with the sales team, so they can ensure that they put that in an option for you. One of the off-putting things for a lot of people with the range of a van that's 18.5 foot or under is when you get back to this 17-foot size, it becomes really hard to fit a generous sized ensuite in the van. And sometimes these offset ensuites are not everyone's cup of tea, where I would like to say that I think they're very functional. They offer a lot of space. There's plenty of room in here, and you still get a generous sized shower as well, and there's no real compromise to your overall layout in the rest of the van. So it's definitely worthwhile if you're someone that's on the fence between having a bigger 18.5 or 19-foot van. It's really good that when we are constructing 17-foot vans and you're sort of on the fence, it could be a good opportunity just to get down to the factory, have a look, talk to the sales team, get them to show you through a van. Because I think it's a very worthwhile exercise to having a smaller and compact van where possible for most clients. Okay, so we're at the end of the video now. Probably going to touch on a couple of other things that we get from customers quite often that I'd like to try and answer in this video. So the body is built out of an EPS constructed panel. It's 50mm thick, so you're getting a 50mm wall thickness in the walls, and you're also getting a 50mm thickness of insulation in your roof as well. And our floors we've recently changed over to a one-piece 28mm composite floor. So that's a thermally insulated floor as well, with a PIR core. So you're now getting 50mm in your walls, you're getting 50mm of insulation in your roof, and you're getting 28mm in your floor as well. So I'd really like to think that as a manufacturer, we're probably one of the most well insulated vans that are available on the market today. And yeah, it's just a really good bit of information to know, because I don't really touch on that too much in most of the videos. So on that note, the ECXR17 that is behind us and that we've reviewed today, the starting price for that is $177,990 drive away. And of course, these customers opted to fit a few extra options in the build, such as the wood rack that's on the front. The picnic table is standard, and they also did a different sort of fridge slide in the front of the van, and omitted the slide out kitchen in this case as well on this build. So, but if you'd like to know any more further information on this van, tear weight. I did forget the tear weight. Tear weight of this was 2590 as the tear weight, and that's largely attributed to the ATX suspension that's underneath there. So an equivalent van in an ECX base build would probably be around 120 kilos lighter than that, so you'd be in your 24s. But on that note, let's wrap it up. We'll see you on the next video. Like and subscribe, and let us know if you want to see more information videos like this, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers. Oh. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Declan from Elross Caravans. Stop. I'd be dragging along something that's 17 to, whoops. One of the other big features, just nicely in a suburb finish. Do a skid. Now, for familiar faces on the channel,